Okay. Garrett Whitlock, are you there?
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, good to see you. What's going on?
Not much. Great to be seen. Great to see you as well.
Absolutely. So I got to mention, we have this in common. I was a Rule 5 guy. You were a Rule 5 guy. And when I first met you at Fenway Park on the field, I think it was Rob Bradford that came up and introduced us. I just had to say, just get this out of the way. Your stuff was way or is way better than my stuff ever was. So I'm glad to see you rolling with it and having all the success so far in the early on in your career. So congrats.
I appreciate it. And I don't believe that my stuff's better, but I'll tell you, you can
Well,
say it.
well, the good thing about the old footage is there's these apps you have on your phone right now where you can speed everything up, and I can make my mediocre fastball look like it does, comparable to yours. So, but anyways, I enough of that. So, how's your off season going? What have you been up to?
Yeah, off season's going great. Doing a lot of PT and getting the hip right and ready to go for next year.
I'm assuming if you're getting your hip right now, or have you started the throwing progression? Are you still taking it easy? What are you doing physically for the arm? Anything throwing wise?
You still there?
Yep, you got me. There you are. I got you. You got me.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Have
Sorry
you
about
started throwing? Have you started throwing yet? Anything like that, or just hip stuff right now?
So I got cleared by Dr. Kelly to start throwing next week. So excited to get that rolling and, talking to Bushy and everything. Shouldn't miss any time because of that and, shouldn't be delayed. So everything's looking great.
Great news. Great news. Baseball side, what's a typical off-season day look for you? Are you a guy that likes to sleep in? Are you an early riser? What kind of guy are you?
No, I get up. Again, I'm on Central Time, so a little different. But I get up around 6 o'clock. I do my morning reading and prayer, and that's my quiet time. So I kind of do that first and foremost, and then go to PT around 8 o'clock, and then I'm there from till about noon. Come home, and then I got my honey-do list. So
There you go. I know all about that. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Now you're a guy. You're kind of a Swiss Army knife as far as roles. You're able to do a lot of different things. You've done a lot of different things for the Red Sox. Does your off-season preparation, like, do you do anything different? Whether you're a starter, reliever, do you try to build up earlier, later, depending on what you think your role is going to be the next season?
So for me, it's more of, if I have a starter's mindset, I'm trying to have like a bulk day where I throw more on one day rather than throw more, with multiple days, throughout the week. So that way, when you're starting, you've got that one bulk load day that you're going out there and, leaving it all on the line. Whereas a reliever, you got to be ready every single day. So, kind of going through this starters mentality, it's like, hey, have a day each week where you're like, hey, this is my heavy day. This is the day that I'm like visualizing as my start day. And so that's kind of how I do it a little bit differently than relieving, where I'm like, hey, I'm ready every day.
Yeah, when I was with the Oakland A's, I was kind of like showing up to the ballpark, and I would start, I would relieve depending on the day. So it was very difficult to get your workouts, you're throwing in. It was kind of an up and down, but I was just happy to be in uniform at the time, and I felt like it gave me job security to be able to be that kind of pitcher to do both. But enough of baseball stuff for right now. So you're in Alabama currently. Do you have a lot of family around? What's going on for Christmas?
So all my and my wife's family's in Georgia. We're in Alabama. My wife is finishing up her PhD, so we're here in Alabama finishing that up. But we're looking forward to getting to see some family time during Christmas. We just came back from Houston and saw all of her aunts and uncles and everything. So definitely getting some family time in during the holidays.
Very nice. I found out that other than the Rule 5 situation, we have at least one more thing in common. I grew up kind of in a rural setting, and my parents had chickens and goats. So did you grow up on a goat farm? Is that true?
That is correct. Yeah, my dad
Okay.
had a goat farm, and we've had a lot of different animals. So I always enjoyed that.
We had horses and cows surrounding our property. We didn't own them, but my job as a youngster was to pick up the manure, put it in buckets, dump it in the wheelbarrow, and take it to the garden, the compost heap. So I had the best traps of any 12-year-old in my school from lifting that wheelbarrow. So I don't know if it helped pitching or not.
Man, I'll tell you what, they call them farmers carries for a reason, but those do come easy to me as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So in your free time, do you have any hobbies? What do you like to do? Do you like to travel? What do you do in your free time?
Me and my wife do love to travel. Unfortunately, obviously, with the surgery this year, we weren't able to travel. But I also love fishing. That's where I kind of get my peace and, enjoy my quiet time is out on the lake or out on the river or anything like that. And so I love going out and fishing and everything. And, normally I like playing golf, but again, with the hip, not playing any golf, being smart and, just focusing on that.
There you go. There you go. So looking forward to 2023, what are you most excited about for this upcoming season?
Yeah, I'm excited for, mostly just to get in there and, focus on starting, having a defined role and, just kind of attacking it head on and, just kind of going at it that way and, having that consistency in the routine and, just getting ready to compete.
So throughout your career so far, you've played with a bunch of talented individuals. This is going to be a little bit of a different question. If you could steal one pitch from one pitcher and make it yours, what would that pitch be and who would the pitcher be?
If anyone doesn't say Tanner Houck slider, I want to meet that person and ask them what they already have. Tanner Houck, I guess I could say Chris Sale slider also, but it's a right-handed and a left-handed version. So, either or, I'm sitting pretty happy with that. But, Tanner gives me enough crap anyways. So last thing I need to do is pitches.
Yeah. And they do kind of look like a mirror image of each other. It was very bizarre seeing Houck when he came up. I was like, first thing I said, that's a right-handed Chris Sale. It was unbelievable to watch.
Yeah.
Another one.
It's crazy how it's just like a lot of the similar stuff, not just stuff wise, but the mechanics and everything. It's really cool to see in person.
Yeah. So with Rick Porcello retiring, he was obviously a mentor of yours. You posted on social media. Can you talk a little bit about Rick and what he brought to the table? How did he mentor you? How was he as a teammate? We saw what he did on the field, and everybody wishes him a happy retirement. Can you just talk about him for a minute, please?
Yeah. So, it all started back when he was on the Tigers, actually. For me, I was kind of looking for that pitcher that I wanted to kind of model myself after. And, back when I was that age, like I wasn't throwing hard and, I wasn't this big velo guy or a top prospect or anything like that. And, I know he was a first rounder, so he had a little bit of that prospect status, but he was the guy that I saw go out there. He took the ball every time he got it and he pitched. It wasn't like he was out there throwing. He hated walks. He loved going deep into games, eating innings, a very blue collar mentality. And that's just kind of the way I've always viewed myself is, I put my nose to the grindstone and just work. And, that's what I really loved about it. And so then when I came to, Boston and heard firsthand that that's what he was actually like, not just something that I saw, that made me just kind of, grow towards him a little more. Just the fact that like, hey, this guy walked the walk. He didn't just kind of talk it. And so, just for him to have, paved that way of, showing like, hey, like this isn't all about putting up big strikeout numbers. This isn't about, like winning Cy Youngs, even though he obviously did. It's about pitching, and at the end of the day, it's about getting the win, and so that's something that, I don't take lightly, and that's something I want to always model my career after. And, so that's why I've always looked up to him.
Yeah. Talent aside, and Rick had a lot. You obviously have a lot, but I think, as a former player, and I know fans, they really respect a guy that goes out there, takes the ball, has a little bit of grit, not afraid to go out there and be, just right at hitters, right? They love that. So another question, your coolest road game experience, something that you can look back on the road and say, man, that was outstanding. Very cool.
It's got to be getting my first hit in Atlanta. That to me was, it's home for me. And like the fact that that's where I got my first major league hit. And now the fact that pitchers don't even hit anymore, that's something I'll always be able to look back on, especially, like if I'm lucky enough to have kids, just be like, your dad is an athlete.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, that was mine too. I was 1 for 5 career, and my hit was in San Francisco. And I was telling people, including my family and my kids, for years that it was a line drive to Barry Bonds in left field. Somebody at Nesson found the footage, and it was a half check swing, didn't even get a full cut, bloop into left. But I got the ball, I got the bat, and I got that one hit out of 5 appearances. So I'll take it. So I totally get your experience right there. I was only able to get one. I hope you get a ton more.
Yeah, I mean, I will never forget the look on AC's face when he asked me. He's like, "Hey, are you a righty or lefty?" And I just looked at him and I said, "Well, who's pitching?" And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, you got a righty or lefty pitching. That depends whether I'm a right-handed hitter or left-handed hitter." And he looked at me like, "You got to be kidding me." And so the fact that I actually got up there left-handed and got a hit, I was like, "Ha!"
That's great. That's great. So we got a little bit of a lightning round right now. Okay, it's gonna be rapid fire. I'm gonna give you some questions. First thing that pops into your head. Okay, so first thing first, is a hot dog a sandwich? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Your dream vacation. You're going somewhere for 7 days. Where's it gonna be?
Ooh, dream vacation for 7 days. AC will love this, so I'm gonna say Puerto Rico.
Oh, I like it. I like it. So, do you have your own Netflix account?
Yep, I do.
Now, does anybody else have your Netflix account?
Oh yeah.
Beyonce or Taylor Swift?
I honestly don't listen to either, so I don't even know how. I guess Taylor Swift back in her old days had a little bit of country to her, so I'll go
Country. Okay. What was your last Google search?
last Google search. Probably how to fix something around the. Oh, the fan in our bedroom isn't working, so I googled how to fix the fan with a noise, and I just said my fan is going nink 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 nink, and
it was the cord, wasn't it? Was it the cord? Was it?
No, it's some motor on the inside of the fan, so I don't know how that can. I think it's WD-40 is what's going to have to fix it.
That's everything. That's everything. I'm not messing with electricity, but I can do a little WD-40. That's about all I'm good for. So. Let's see. You got a Netflix account. Is there a show right now that you're binge watching?
Oh, sorry.
No. Did you get that last one? What are you binge watching right now? If you're binge watching something, in fact.
SEAL Team. That's my go-to show. Me and my wife love it, and hope it carries on for a long time. That's my favorite show.
Okay. So what is one object that you cannot live without?
One object I can't live without. I don't know. I mean,
you're going to a desert island. Desert island, you're staying there. What do you have to take other than food or anything like that? Can't be a person.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a good book then.
Okay. I respect that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have to listen to on that same desert island, let's say you took a CD player, these days, digital player or whatever, artist, singer, band, who are you taking with you?
Randy Travis.
Randy Travis. Old school. Okay, some old school. There you go. Yeah. All right. Last one for this round. What is your perfect meal?
Perfect meal. Ooh, a good old low country broil. So anything with sausage, potatoes, a little bit of greens, crawfish, shrimp. That's some good stuff. Maybe even like throw in some Cajun spice. I'm all about that.
Okay, now I'm getting hungry. I need some food now. Okay, I can taste that. Woo. All right. So now that I'm hungry, I'm going to go get something to eat. But I want to thank you first for joining the live stream. This was great. Fans are getting to know you a little bit better. Appreciate you taking some time to talk to everybody. And on behalf of myself and Red Sox Nation, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
All right. Take care. Have a great 2023. Okay. And a great holiday season as well.
Thank you. I'll see you in spring training.
All right. We'll see you. Take care.
See ya.